right, folks, it's 12:30, and I'm Claybrook Penn here on KOTO in Telluride and KOOK in Ridgeway, and I am joined right now by Virginia Weiskopf?
Yes.
Okay, I got it. And Tanya Ishikawa from Uncompahgre Watershed Partnership. Now, Tanya, we've talked to you a few Colorado Gives Days, so we know a little bit about what you guys do, but please give us a little bit of your mission, and especially what area do you cover? Because Uncompahgre Watershed is a fairly enormous area. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah.
So we mainly take care of the Upper Uncompahgre River Watershed, although the effects, of course, go downstream. And where that starts is Lake Como, up near Silverton, up the Red Mountain Pass, and then up another Jeep road or two. And then we take care of it all the way down to the northern Ouray County line. And what we do is we try and protect and improve watershed health. And we have 4 objectives. One is monitoring and analysis, so we understand the river. Another is restoration and conservation, so we preserve and protect it like we were talking about. And then stewardship development, making sure we're not the only ones doing it. Yeah. And also being a sustainable organization. So those are really important.
Those are hugely important. How long has Uncompahgre Watershed Project, or Partnership, how long have y'all been sort of organized in this way under that name?
Right. 2007 was when a grassroots group of people got together and said, we need to do something. You know, people are not here full time checking out our watershed and trying to understand it. And we have problems like abandoned mines that we want to make sure the water quality situation is known. Yeah. But then we were incorporated as a nonprofit in 2013. And in the last few years, we've grown quite a bit. And I definitely want to tell you about Virginia and why she came on with us.
All right, Virginia, introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Virginia. I had started working with UWP this past year as a hydrologist hydrographer. It was part of a new program called the River Conservation Corps, which is an AmeriCorps program that gets up and coming environmentalists into the hydrology water field, giving us all the tools we need to make ourselves more marketable and get more experience in the field. Wow. So, yeah.
So did you come out of AmeriCorps?
I just finished the service last month in November. Yeah.
And now we're hiring our next River Corps. It was such a positive experience with Virginia. I'm a little bit worried that we won't be able to repeat it that positively, but nope, I'm going to be optimistic, definitely. Absolutely. And we're going to hire someone in the next month or two, and they'll start in February. And it's really exciting because they expand our capacity by doing a lot of stream flow measurement. That's a really important thing. We have stream gauges in the watershed. You have them here in the San Miguel watershed as well, but they're not everywhere, especially the high locations where the snow goes in the winter time. Yeah. So it's really important to do it manually like she was doing it.
So what does that entail? Is it as nice as it sounds? Because to me it sounds like I'm going hiking, I'm going to find a river and check a gauge, I'm going to record something in my little notebook.
Yes, it's a bit like that, but sometimes it's a little intense. You got to go through some rugged off-terrain locations.
A little scramble from here.
Yes, yeah. Sometimes we have a few sites right off of 550, so there's like all these cars going by and you're standing in a stream trying to get a stream flow measurement. Yeah, but it was such a fun experience, and it went hand in hand with the Riverwatch program, which we have been part of since I believe 2013. We've been doing Riverwatch sampling, okay. So taking water quality measurements and then also now water quantity measurements. So that kind of helps determine how much of your stream flow is impacting the amount of metal concentration that might be going through your stream.
And I have to mention, so as far as what experience it is for River Corps, Virginia made it over to your watershed at one point during her service, but not on purpose. We had a closure of Red Mountain Pass. It was a sad car accident, but so they couldn't go back. They were high sampling and they couldn't go back.
So you had to take the long way.
I decided to take Ophir Pass in a Subaru Outback.
Okay.
I had a lot of Jeepers giving me crazy looks. I'm like, you know what? I did it.
What year of a Subi?
That one was a 2014, I think.
So
yeah,
it was great.
I know. Subaru does great work.
Yeah, Subarus are made for this area.
Exactly.
Yeah, those Jeepers are really the ones that Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
With the ducks and everything, you're
I
looking a
know.
little silly.
Yes.
I'm just teasing
No, we
Jeepers.
love the ducks.
We do love the ducks. More about though the expansiveness of the area, because obviously Uncompahgre from Red Mountain down through Ridgeway. Do you expand further, I guess, north and west?
North,
yeah.
right. We're
Is
kind
that
of
the way it
unusual because a lot of times downstream is south, right?
Yeah.
But in our
Yeah.
case, downstream is north.
We're going north in this case. Yeah.
And we sometimes go into Montrose to help with other projects with our partners or to do education.
Mm-hmm.
But we figure if we do work in the headwaters, then we're really helping everybody downstream.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I wanted to mention too, even though our watershed only has a few bits in Telluride, it does actually have parts up high that are in the Telluride and San Miguel County. I give big shout out to Telluride Foundation, Patagonia, Telluride Outside. They all support us and are important to us. And as people probably have been talking about all day, so many people who work up here live in the Uray County, so it would be really nice that if you can protect and help us preserve that watershed health where employees of this area live.
Absolutely. Well, and one of our signal towers is over there in Uray, like right over this. It's got honestly the best view in all of Uray.
Nice.
is the Kook Tower, but and all the cell phone towers. It's up there at Gold Mountain Ranch, but it's just water is such an important thing, and I think especially in our region, was it even 10 years ago when the Gold King mine blew? Was that just over 10 years, 11 years ago? So, and that obviously affected maybe Durango and the Animas a little bit more than Uncompahgre or San Miguel. But water is life, as we know, and it is 70% or more of our own bodies.
Right.
So, tell us a little bit more, maybe just about how this impacts, these communities. What the work that Uncompahgre partnership.
Yeah, and one thing about that Gold King is, people saw the water turn orange over there, right? They thought that was so unusual and shocking. Every month we have orange water in our watershed.
Right.
I was actually driving up here thinking once again how beautiful the San Miguel River is, and I'm like, I think that's a handsome river. I think Uncompahgre River is a river with character. Like he would be a character actor if he was in a movie. But what would you say about the importance of our work to the community?
I think just kind of getting people to know more about the watershed. We do a lot of education opportunities, such as our annual River Fest, the Ridgeway River Fest. Get more people out on the river, get more people to just know how important it is, not just to the economy, but to the environment. We have anglers, we have boaters, and lots of just walkers all by the river trails, both here in on the San Miguel and on the Uncompahgre. So the river is just so vital to Colorado, especially being a headwater state. If you didn't know, no water actually flows into Colorado. All of our water leaves the state, and we are the only state that is true in the country besides Hawaii.
Yeah, and the Uncompahgre River water does end up in the Gunnison and then in the Colorado. So when it can make it to the ocean, it makes it there. But exciting things that we did, this year through our recreation group, we got involved with a project in Uray, and they needed to replace their walk signs along their Uray River Walk, where Virginia was talking about we have people walking, and so now we have more information about the water and how to be safe in it and the etiquette of going on the water. And we're hoping to repeat that in Ridgeway, because Ridgeway, we have a new company called Best Slope Adventures, and they rent out inner tubes and duckies right there in Ridgeway to take the river. And we want their clients as well to understand, is it safe to be in the water? How long you should be in the water? Should you wash off after you leave the water? These kind of things.
Absolutely. What kind of things could you be bringing both into the water but out of the water?
Exactly.
Right?
Invasive species as well. Or your waste. Watching out for your waste.
Yeah. We all love to recreate at the Ridgeway Reservoir, for example. And obviously, the work that you guys do and the monitoring that you're doing is informing that recreation as well. But as you're saying, to me, it sounds like it's not just an environmental cause or even fun recreation, right? But it's very much there are businesses here that are involved. You're describing this recreational rental company, but that's a business that is now reliant on the Uncompahgre River. And we do have that here as well with the San Miguel. There are, we got rafting companies and that kind of thing. It's kind of a short season up here, but
it is, yeah.
Down there too, not too long, especially at the upper part. If you go to Montrose, luckily it's longer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they've got that great park.
Water,
all
the
those water
park down
features.
there, yeah. Okay, where can people find you guys online? Do you have a page at coloradogifts.org?
We do have the page at coloradogifts.org, and it's Uncompahgre Watershed. And then our website also is uncompahgrewatershed.org. And we have the donation page on there as well. You can do either place. We also like checks through the mail.
Who doesn't?
Address is on the website, but it's P.O. Box 392.
And you guys
Ridgeway.
are, you said an incorporated, so is that a 501c3?
Yes, we are a
nonprofit.
Yep,
so you have an EIN, folks. You can get a tax receipt.
Yes, and also we're part of the enterprise zone, and we got certified to get donations through that, so people actually get tax credits if they give $250 or more, and that's right off the top of your taxes. It's not a charitable donation. It's like a more intense tax.
Yeah, that's a credit. Exactly. Yeah. That's something of a privilege.
Yeah,
exactly. That's very cool.
Definitely.
Tanya, Virginia, is there anything else you'd like to let our listeners know today?
I think one of the last things is Riverfest is coming up this, 2026 summer. It'll be our 18th Riverfest. It's a free festival, so it's awesome. Unfortunately, this year, for one of the first years, I cannot tell you the date because we're going to ponder a new date this January. The peak flows have been changing.
A little earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's been tough to gauge it.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
In the past, we used to follow the flow more often. Then I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice if we had the same weekend every year? Well, not when you're dealing with aridification and climate change and all these things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, should we take this call? You guys
Oh my gosh.
feel good about it? Okay.
Sure.
We're going to take this call. Hi, you're live on KOTO. Oh, hi, Kate and Heather. Okay, well, I'm actually, real quick, I'm just going to say goodbye to Tanya and Virginia from Uncompahgre Watershed Partnership, also over there sort of in the Ouray and Ridgeway area. And then let me just say goodbye to them real quick, and then I will come back on and we'll talk right Opera House for the next 10 minutes or so. Does that sound good? All right, hold on just a moment, Kate. Okay.
And also, we just had some collaborative events with Kate and Heather.
I was going to ask, because this is like our little Ouray Ridgeway moment, our Ouray County moment. So yeah, you guys obviously have collaborated a little bit with them, but are there, other than Riverfest, do you have other big fundraisers?
Yes, our fly fishing film tour is coming, and that'll probably be the end of April or early of May. And this year, they don't even know it yet, I don't think, but we're going to ask if we can do it at the Right, because that's the new venue that we want to go to.
I know, I need them to get back on the line.
I was going to say, if they're listening, the word is out.
You heard it here first on KOTO.
They just had the American Southwest film show at the Right, and the only part I had it in is telling them, yes, please do get it, and it was during this education series that we had, and we had a great turnout for it. And if people haven't seen it, they should now go see it. It's also, I think, online at the moment, and
cool.
It's an incredible movie about the Colorado River and the wildlife around it.
Oh, I love that. All right, Tanya, Virginia from the Uncompahgre Watershed Partnership, and that is uncompahgrewatershed.org?
Yep.
I got
exactly.
it.
Nice.
Sorry, it is kind of a mouthful.
It is, a little bit.
But thank y'all so much for joining us today.
Thank
Folks,
you.
if you're listening and you're interested in making a donation, it's uncompahgrewatershed.org or coloradogives.org and search for Uncompahgre Watershed.
Thank you
All right,
so
thank
much.
y'all so much for
This
coming
was
in.
Happy
awesome.
Colorado Gives Day.